Hello and welcome to the We Recommend podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
You know, Annie, you can always build a shrine to all the terrible things in the world, but it doesn't mean that you have to destroy anything that is good. Because this week we recommend Hereditary. Jason, first time watching? Second? Third?
Second, though. Yeah.
All right, I want to know, what did you think the first time you watched it, and what do you think now after rewatching it?
The first time I watched it, I thought it was one of the scariest fucking things I'd ever seen.
Yeah?
Creepiest. And then the second time, it was like still very chilling at times, but
Yeah.
it was just very entertaining and pretty. Just
So, what did you find scary in terms of, like, what's scary in this movie for you?
the intense grief.
Yeah.
And the little thing with the mom sawing her own head off.
Oh, what, that's scary?
And like floating through the air. That was what really got me the first time.
So, I thought, when I first watched this movie, I was so stressed out. This movie stresses me out. And that's where I get all, like, the horror from. Like, the cult shit, the sawing the head off, like her skittering on the
Yeah,
wall.
that was cool.
That shit, I'm like, metal. But then it's just like her screaming at her kid at the dinner table. I'm just like, I feel like I'm going to the sunken place and get out.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
please just send me to a different. I hate confrontation. I hate
Yeah, it sucks.
feeling confrontation in the air. It makes me want to die inside. Like, no joke. So this movie is, I don't know. I feel like I use the word masterpiece too much. Like, I even used it for Long Legs. It's like obviously not a masterpiece. But man, in terms of like stress and everything that I have fears of in like my life, this movie's a masterpiece for that. Just scared that there's one person around you that's just gonna like go off at any time.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that. Like I remember being, I don't know, just around friends and, like if they had a parent that was like getting really upset and you could tell, and I'd be like, all right,
Oh, shit.
we need to chill out what we're doing in here because the adult in the house is starting to get upset. And then whenever it just like, you just like, it breaks, right? And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, like the dad or the mother's mad and it's like, oh man, can I just leave?
It's kind of like how Peter was saying that he could feel the air flexing.
Yes. God, that's so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, yeah. It's like in this terms they're meaning ghosts or demons, but I'm like, nah, there's this like you can cut the tension in here with a knife. And it's always, I don't know. And then I kind of go to learn that like I've always been like that as a kid. I was always scared of being in trouble and stuff.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
my
hell
parents
yeah.
said.
I was too.
Said if I did something, I'd just be like worried that I'm gonna get in trouble. Mom would be like, "You didn't do anything wrong," and I'm like, but I feel something weird. And that's what this movie makes me feel like. And it's I don't know why it's so scary for me.
I really liked how they did the ghost.
Yes,
That was-
the light.
Yeah.
When I first watched it, I was like, because it shows up when Charlie's in a room and there's almost kind of like a glare, like a lens flare almost. And I'm like, ooh, that was kind of cool. And then it
Yeah.
like
that
all
was,
over the room. And I'm like, oh, wait.
That was neat.
Oh, no.
We're talking about the mom and like showing up in the corner.
Oh, just
and
the corners?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
they-
yeah, that thing is really neat.
Yeah.
That gave me like, God, I don't know. It's like, was that supposed to be
Yeah.
Charlie or Paimon or what? I don't know.
Yeah, I was debating on whether I should just start and just explaining like the whole ritual that has been going on, or if I should. I think I'm just gonna wait as we go through the plot.
Okay.
I do want to say at the beginning, the head cutting off. That's like that's the payment for Paimon
Oh,
or Paimon, whatever we.
because they say at the end that what did they say? We've corrected your first body, or
Yeah.
like did something to it,
Yeah,
and
well,
which was the daughter.
yeah. So it's. We'll wait till we get into the plot,
Oh,
just because I
man.
feel like if we explain it now, there's no
It was
reason to go through
very
the plot
cool how
that
they
much.
did it.
Yeah, it's rad, and I want to know more about our old, one of the 8 kings of hell. Didn't even know there was that many of them.
Yeah. Well, who are the other ones?
Why it's hell down there. There's too many bosses, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with hell. So I guess I want to know what's scarier in the film: the family drama or the horror of the cult. What
Man.
did you find scarier? I already said what I
Yeah,
found scarier.
I mean, the family drama is very intense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think there's a pretty good balance there.
You know what I love about this movie is about how Toni Collette's character Annie just hates Peter. Just does not want anything to do with Peter. It's like, because the whole movie, she's kind of being like, oh, yeah, he's always got a smug look on his face, or he's always like, going to say this or that. It's like the entire time in this movie, Peter's in a little angel.
Peter.
I mean, he just goes and asks his mom, was like, hey, is it okay if I take the car? I'm going to go hang out with the parents. She immediately is just like so fed up with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, he literally came in so politely asking you a question, and you just immediately made the situation worse for him. The same thing at the dinner table. He just asked, hey, this is good. And she's like, fuck you. It's like, man, this movie hasn't showed us any of the stuff that you seem to have issues with your son. And it's just, but then we figure out why, because, she didn't want him at all.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. She's, just pressured by the mother.
The
For
mother
what
made her
reason, I
have a
wonder. Yeah.
So does that mean that Steve's not his dad?
No, Steve's his dad.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into it when we get
All
into the plot. This is just the whole beginning of just one big tease of us how we're going to explain everything.
I'm so confused.
So some facts. The producer said that it worked out well that Gabriel Byrne and Alex Wolff, that's Steve and Peter, had worked together, and that Alex and Millie Shapiro, which is Charlie, had also knew each other from school. Actually, they went to school together. Because it made Toni Collette the outsider, which mirrored Annie's character and feelings of alienation with her own family. Bro. So true, though. I was like, man, Annie, you got to get out of this fucking room and talk to your people. Like, you're just going nutso in this room building miniatures.
I love her miniatures, though.
Dude.
It's very cool.
How crazy is it that throughout the film, when watching, there's some times where I was like, I don't know if this is miniature, if this is real. And I'm so confused at what's real and not.
It all looked so like those pastels.
Yeah.
And the darkness was almost exactly the same as all the houses she was building, but it was, gosh.
It's so wild because
awesome.
It'd just be like we'd cut to like the face of Peter, and then it'd be zooming out of a doorway. And because the way the movie enters into the story is by looking out at the treehouse in the room where all the miniatures, and then it zooms in into the miniatures, and then that's where the movie starts taking place, and it's like, well, what the fuck is real here? But then, like, because of that, the entire time you're watching, nothing feels real.
Yeah.
At the same time, and then there'll just be times where it zooms out of a door, and I'm like, is this the miniature house, or is this real?
Like, are we all inside of Annie's imagination all the time?
Is it just cutting from them doing like a zoom out of a room through a miniature, and then kind of doing the creative thing that they did at the beginning and zooming into another area where it's actually the real scene happening? And it was just, movie did a good job at making you feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
24/7.
And I love when movies do this with, like, sometimes they'll do it with dollhouses,
Yeah.
things like that. But I think this is the best that I've seen.
Yeah.
This type of thing done.
I mean,
it was great.
It's wild that this is Ari Aster's first film.
Yeah.
It's just like, how are you able to just do this? I get having the idea, and of course you have a whole cast and crew that can help you piece it together, because no movie is one man's
right
creation. It's the whole list of cast and crew at the end of the movie. But man, it is like everything came together just right. And God bless A24, that makes some of the best and stressful horror movies. So Ari Aster wanted to go for scares that were emotionally justified rather than solely leaning on traditional horror jump scares. And I believe he was
very successful.
Yeah. Because, I was thinking, me and Natalie talked afterwards because we watched Longlegs together and Hereditary. And I asked her, I was like, which one do you find better? And we couldn't really answer. I think this is a better movie and better overall put together.
I think so too.
But man, I love this when it came out. Immediately bought it when I saw it, and then I never watched it until now. And I think it's a movie that's going to be kind of hard for me to go back to because it stresses me out so much. Versus Longlegs, I said it was like a warm blanket. Hereditary is like like I'm using my favorite blanket, but it's soaking wet.
And it's on fire.
Yeah.
It's
And it's
soaked
just like,
in paint thinner when
it's
you're
like-
holding a box of matches.
it's like, I'm glad I got my favorite blankie, but I wish it wasn't like covered in water or something or fire. It's like, I enjoy the situation.
It's too warm.
Yeah.
Get this blanket off of me.
It's like, that's the best way I can explain it, because it's just like, this is horror. I'm living in horror, my favorite genre. So, at around an hour and 6 minutes, to make the chalkboard right on itself, the special effects team put a magnet in the chalk and put a magnet on the other side of the chalkboard to make the chalk move. It was very difficult to get a small magnet inside the chalk and make it write smoothly. Coincidentally, the same technique was used in the film version of Matilda.
Oh, yeah.
And Millie Shapiro, who plays Charlie, starred as Matilda in the Broadway musical. It's a
Nice.
couple little fun things.
She's a scary little girl.
Yeah, it's
She's always got that doomed look on her face.
Yeah, she always looks like I'm walking to death. And it's like, hey, can you talk other than just click? And then when she does talk, she says the most messed up shit, and it's like, never mind, don't talk anymore, just click.
And she makes those great little wicker dolls.
Yeah. And which turns out, I guess she was just making little effigies to Paimon.
Hell yeah.
And she didn't even know it. I'm assuming that's something like the grandmother taught her or something.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So the house was constructed completely on sets on a soundstage in Utah. In order to follow Ari Aster's shot list, they needed to be able to remove walls and ceilings in order to shoot the rooms to look exactly like the miniatures.
It's a badass house.
Yeah, it really does. It looks great, and there's fun little facts when we go through the plot. I will be like, hey, did you notice this?
Okay.
When we get there. That's why I kind of want to add this in the notes, because this movie is very similar to Shining, where throughout the movie, they're showing you parts of the house and you're like, this doesn't physically make sense with how your house is set up. And there's a lot of times where I felt like Peter's room is switched. Like it's on opposite sides of the house every once in a while. Like you'll see him coming from the room and then you'll see him go into a room and then he leaves and goes back into the hallway. And you're like, wait, but I thought Peter's house was over here. And it's kind of like Shining, where you're like, nothing feels like
it's a cool
it's real.
Trick.
It's just, it just, you're mentally, subconsciously, you're like, wait, what's happening?
Doesn't make you feel good.
My brain, it hurts.
So confused.
This is fun just because it's Halloween season. In Peter's first scene at school, the words "escaping fate" is on the chalkboard with the teacher discussing it. This is a reference to Halloween 1978, where the main characters discuss the same thing in class. Appropriately, this movie was released also the same day as the trailer of Halloween 2018.
It's crazy.
Yeah, always love that when directors put things from their favorite movies in it. Ari Aster had originally written this film to be a straight-up family drama dealing with the grief and loss one experiences with death of close family members, but Aster saw the potential of turning the film into a horror story and rewrote the script to what it is now. Had this remained a family drama, Midsommar would have been the first horror film like he initially intended it to be. Wild, because this one's way scarier than Midsommar.
Midsommar, I mean, they both have that air of being strange and just, I guess, the fear of strangeness. I don't know.
Have you seen Beau is Afraid?
No.
That's his third movie. Yeah. Bro, you think these two movies are scary, strange? Go watch Beau is Afraid.
Oh yeah.
Fun thing with Beau is Afraid is it's not really a horror movie. I mean, it deals with like grief and stuff like that, kind of like both Midsommar and Hereditary do. But apparently, that whole movie, Beau is Afraid, the story of the movie isn't even in like the character that we follow. Like all the story for the universe, I guess, is all in the background. And Ari Aster said, people don't even know, haven't even found out what the real story behind Beau is Afraid is yet. And I'm like, I've only seen it once because it's 3 fucking hours because every movie is now. But I was like, wait, what? How many times do I gotta watch Beau is Afraid now?
Now you got to figure it out.
It's also a very stressful movie. It also has some like, I don't know. That movie's like ingrained in my head from a lot of the visuals in that movie. If you haven't seen Beau is Afraid, you should watch it. It is a visual treat.
I want to check it out.
Of just psychos everywhere. So Toni Collette, Annie
Yeah.
probably gives like a fucking Oscar-worthy performance in this movie,
Yeah,
and
she's
wasn't
amazing.
even nominated for it. Yeah, she's been in like Sixth Sense and a lot of other different movies. The remake of Fright Night, Krampus. She's in Krampus. She's great in
Yeah.
Krampus, but she
Love
doesn't actually.
Krampus.
She doesn't like horror films, which is what made her hesitant at first to act in this film. The only reason she accepted her roles in Fright Night and Krampus were because she saw them more as black comedies rather than horror films. But because she kind of swore off doing horror movies after a while, I think is Sixth Sense, probably just tired of like, this is really hard on me as a human being to constantly feel stressed and emotional. But then she read the script of this and she said, fuck, I have to do
Damn,
it
it's
now.
good.
Yeah. And she's amazing. She has some of the best I am terrified faces.
Yeah.
Like, and it's always like, but it's so good. It's so good. And then the last thing I got, and I just really liked the way Ari Aster put it. So one way that Ari Aster pitched the film when he was first taking it, thinking about it, it says it's a story about a long-lived possession ritual told from the perspective of the sacrificial lambs.
Damn.
That's it.
That's hot.
Everything I got. That's hot.
Yeah, Paris. Thank you, Paris.
All right, man. I think we should just hop right into it. I'm excited to talk about this movie.
Yeah,
I've been
too.
excited since we finished talking about long legs. Hell yeah, let's get into it. All right, but before we get into the plot, remember, as we just go through it, think about what the point of the movie is. Or if you didn't do it while you were watching it, think about what's the movie trying to say? It's pretty obvious. The title says it all almost, but, it was fun watching this. I watched it yesterday with my wife. And, I just I felt like when I watched it the first time and the second time, all I could see was what the point of the movie is. And this time for doing the notes, I was like, what's the cult trying to do in this movie? What's the whole succession of the cult?
Why are they all naked?
I felt like I was just, watching the first couple times, I was just feeling what the movie was making me feel instead of trying to piece together what I got what the cult was doing, but I didn't try to visually all right, what are they doing? Pause it. Okay, so this means this means this. So that's another reason why I really like this film. You can watch it in both ways. You can watch it as a family drama or just a cult drama, and it's kind of great, or horror. But yes, so think about what the point of the movie is, and we'll get into it. Hereditary, 2018, rated R. Nominated for no Oscars.
Bullshit.
This was the year Green Book won. You're telling me Hereditary couldn't be in there instead of fucking Green Book? Never saw Green Book, but so I guess I shouldn't have a strong opinion. I'm just mad that this movie wasn't nominated. Toni Collette wasn't even nominated.
That's ridiculous.
Bullshit. All right, anyways, Hereditary. So the story begins with the viewer looking out of the window into from a workshop to a treehouse, then turning and zooming into a bedroom in a dollhouse that is in the workshop that leads to an actual scene. Fucking great.
Yeah.
Immediately good. Treehouse.
The dad walks in, you're like, shit.
It's like, wait, what? Is this movie about dolls? Also, wonderful treehouse. Crazy how scary it looks for me. I don't know. It's such an ominous treehouse.
It doesn't look like it's got a lot of support.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that. It makes any sense of being there, which I think is the point.
Yeah.
So Steve Graham wakes his teenage son Peter and 13-year-old daughter Charlie for their 78-year-old grandmother Ellen Tapper Lee's funeral. Steve finds Charlie sleeping in the treehouse, and Annie, the mother, is already waiting in the car. Weird to wake them up as you're literally needing to leave.
Yeah. That was bad planning.
Nearly when I watched it the second time, I was like, these are bad parents, man.
Maybe they just got up real early.
And she's just like, I'm going to sit in the car for 3 hours.
She's got to practice her speech.
Also, I forgot I took some pictures on my phone instead of writing them down. But yeah, it does start with an obituary that reads, Ellen Tapper Lee, 78, passed away after a prolonged illness at her daughter Annie's house on April 3rd, 2018. Beloved wife of the late Martin Lee, R.I.P., devoted mother of Annie Lee Graham and the late Charles Lee, R.I.P., cherished grandmother of Peter Graham and Charlie Graham. She is also survived by her son-in-law, Dr. Stephen Graham. She will be missed. I love that that's all they have to say. She will be missed. It's like, it just goes, because it's a very weird obituary, not to say at least a couple sweet things about him, you know.
Well, maybe it sounds like they tried.
Yeah,
Because like
they're like,
devoted mother.
yeah,
It
they're
doesn't
like,
really sound like it.
we don't really have much more. I will miss her. So Annie, an artist who sculpts miniature dioramas, delivers a eulogy at her mother's service. Annie seems to not really like her mother or even really wanting to do the eulogy. Charlie makes a clicking noise. I don't know how to explain it, but while drawing a strange sketch during the speech, Charlie visits Lee's caskets. She notices a necklace and a strange man smiles at her.
Yeah, that was weird.
Sure, that won't come up later. Sure, he won't end up naked in your living room smiling.
Hope he does.
Yeah. You know, and like whenever watching it for the second time, you know, it kind of does that zoom or where the guy's out of focus, then he's in focus, smiles at Charlie, and then comes back. Me and Allie turn to each other like, huh, I don't remember that. Forgot about that, I guess. And then they get home, and Annie is worried about the fact that she isn't sad.
Yeah, and
there's nothing kind of weirder than just being like, shouldn't I be more sad?
No,
in a sad situation.
It's funny how people grieve differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there, and I act super fucking strange whenever I grieve.
Yeah.
And it's different every time. So like, I don't know.
I get nervous.
Yeah.
Like going
definitely
before funerals, especially if it's like people like I know,
yeah,
like or knew a lot. And I kind of get there. I'm just like, I just get panicky a little bit, and it's weird.
Sure. Yeah.
Makes more sense.
But it's normal. And
yeah.
I think maybe because she isn't grieving, I know I had a cohesive thought there coming, but it left me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe I'll be reminded of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think it was like a really funny scene because she comes home. It's like, I'm not really sad. And it's like, oh, yeah. And then it's a little funny because a little later, Peter's like, he's like, you all right, Peter? It's like, are you sad and you talk about it? And he's like, eh. Yeah. Like, nobody was really sad that she's gone. She was obviously...
I think Charlie was a little bit.
Yeah, Charlie was, but that's because... for reasons we'll find out later. Don't know why I'm doing a voice. So, Annie is working on her miniatures. She has 6.5 months to finish. Annie talks to Charlie about Ellen, or Lee. I call her Lee the rest of the time. At bedtime that night, Charlie makes a lot of weird sculptures out of trash, almost like effigies. Charlie claims that her grandmother always wished Charlie were a boy. To Annie's confusion, Charlie also wonders aloud who will take care of her now that Lee is dead. Annie tells her she never cried as a baby. Then Annie notices the word Toni written on the wall.
Boy, I didn't notice that. I saw her drawing it in her diorama later, but I didn't.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 times it like zooms in on a word that's like scratched into the wall.
Huh.
Yeah. And I forgot to put what those words mean in my notes, and I apologize to everyone.
It's all right.
It's just weird, cryptic, like satanic pasta, shit. Yeah, yeah. So I have a big bowl of Toni. Yeah, man. What a fucking... This movie just like will say things that are traumatizing. Like who's gonna take care of me?
I think a lot of kids probably think about
now
that.
Now that she's dead. And it's just like,
understand.
You have 3 people in the house with you, lady?
Yeah.
But it's just like, there's nothing probably worse to hear than that. Just like in Annie's dream to Peter, where it's like, I didn't even want you. And it's like, man, imagine hearing that, right?
God damn.
Hey, and if you've heard that from a parent, we want you. So listen and follow and subscribe.
It's a safe space.
Yeah. So Annie looks through some of her mother's old things and finds a book of spiritualism. Then she finds a note that Jesse will read off his phone. That was a reminder for me to read
now back to Jesse.
This note on a phone. My darling, dear, beautiful Annie, forgive me all the things I could not tell you. Please don't hate me and try not to despair your losses. You will see in the end that they were worth it. Our sacrifice will pale next to the rewards. Love, Mommy.
Aw.
And it's funny because you think, like, don't despair your losses. You think she's meaning, oh, the fact that she died.
Nah.
Nope, it's the fact that you're screwed.
It sounds kind of like those letters kids were getting from their parents before the rapture was supposed to happen a couple days ago.
Oh, is that something that
I saw some people were reading the notes off on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because they their parents were 100% sure that they were going to be lifted up into the sky naked.
Guys, again, just if you're out here, you're listening to this, and your parents come up to you and say, the rapture's happening, just be like, reread the Bible.
Come on. Yeah.
Okay? It tells you won't know.
Yeah.
So just, tell them that. Tell them that they're bad at being religious if they don't even know what the whole thing that they base their life says.
It works every time.
Crazy. Can't just pick and choose what you want to listen to in that book. All right, guys? But anyways, Annie, as she leaves her room, sees her dead mom standing and smiling in the corner of their room in the dark, but she is gone when she turns on the light. Then Annie angrily turns a model of her trying to breastfeed Charlie, but her mother is also trying to get in on the action.
Oh, man.
Fuck! Could you imagine that?
Super strange.
It's like your wife's trying to breastfeed your baby, and then your mother comes in. Hey, let me get a part of this action.
How about dessert?
If everybody's just doing it, why not, right? It's like, damn, Lee, you sound weird.
Oh, man.
You got a demon inside you?
Yes.
I love what this movie does with light. Right.
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit about it before, but the flickering of lights and that the fact that outside, it seems that it works the same going from night to day. It's always like a flick of a switch.
Yes. I love that.
It's beautiful.
That was really cool.
It's maybe the greatest thing I've ever visually seen. Because the outside, when it does the big views and you're like, is this miniature? Is this the actual house or whatever?
And it kind of is. It's just right because you're flicking on the hallway light or the room light,
right?
And
it seems like that'd probably be the easiest way to get those shots.
It's badass,
beautiful, wonderful. Hey, by the way, we like this movie. I don't know if you heard. So at school, Charlie gets in trouble for playing with her sculpture. A bird dies flying into one of Charlie's classroom windows at school. It leaves the mark of Paimon.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't notice that. That's
yeah,
kind of cool.
Yeah, bro. That fucking symbol's everywhere. Peter at school is staring at a girl's butt, and we learn he likes to smoke weed. And a line from inside school whenever they're talking about whatever subject they're on, the last thing we hear is that it's extremely hopeless because the pawns are in this hopeless machine.
Hell yeah.
Which is the family are a bunch of pawns in a hopeless machine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Charlie goes outside and cuts off the bird's head.
Yeah,
a woman across the street's like, hey, Charlie, great job, girl. 10 out of 10 head cutting off.
Do you think she's going to put it on one of her little toys?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she does it.
Okay.
Yeah, they show it.
Oh, wow.
And then she draws, in the little book, a bird with a crown on, which is the ending of the movie.
Sweet. Our birds' heads are falling off.
It's like if Charlie was that little blind kid in Dumb and Dumber, she'd be like, this is exactly what I needed for my sculptor.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring that up later. Okay, anyways. So Annie begins researching apparitions. She notices her mom's room's door is open, and we see a triangle burnt into the floor. Ari Aster loves triangles.
She loves shapes.
Yeah, and this is something well, I guess, triangles are inverted triangles, things like that, like long legs.
Yeah.
Pentagrams are made out of two triangles, just flipped.
They love it. I love geometry too.
Yeah.
When you can get a shape to equal out to 180 degrees. Oh,
dude.
Oof.
Jesus.
Crunchy.
Jason, put your pants back on. God. And then, Steve receives word from the cemetery that Ellen's grave was desecrated, but he decides not to tell his wife.
Yeah, it's a weird thing not to talk about.
Probably should have told her, though.
She is grieving.
Just for
kind of weird.
Yeah, but, it's just it would have helped for later on in the movie. It's because there's also little secrets they're all kind of keeping from each other.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And it implodes kind of towards the end because Steve never believes Annie, and Annie can't get Steve to believe her anymore.
Yeah, I think maybe
lack of communication.
He's trying to keep her from having an episode.
Yeah,
she's kind of prone to having.
Yeah, because the hereditary genes that he thinks runs through his family, and he's like, shit, I gotta be careful around these people.
We'll bring it up at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the ice storm takes place during Thanksgiving. You guys are probably wondering, why did he say that? You'll find out at the end. Yeah, so Annie tells Steve she is going to a movie, but actually attends a grief counseling support group. When she see more secrets, which is going to cause problems later.
That's such a weird thing to lie about.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just, I don't know. It's obviously she's uncomfortable about showing emotions because she's scared that she might be like her mother and her mother before that.
For sure.
Yeah. When she arrives at the meeting, it is dark outside. Annie openly discloses her mother's mental health issues, including the dissociative identity disorder and dementia, which all led to Annie not to be close with her. She explains that Lee's husband died of starvation because of his psychosis, and her son killed himself because Lee was putting people in him. All this is actually just the outcome of rituals she's been performing.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Wait, how do we know that?
Just based off what I think the whole ritual to bring Paimon back, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because they need a male host.
Oh, right.
The kid says, my mom's trying to put people in me.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
not the normal way.
And then as we see through this, the demon or one of the kings of hell kind of just drives people crazy.
Yeah.
As it kind of is doing to Peter to weaken him. So I think all it was doing is the demon was weakening both of them, and to the point where the husband was like, I'm just going to die of starvation. And then it was obviously going to be put in the sun. And he's just like, Mom's trying to make me a demon. I'm going to die instead.
They were weak.
So yeah, that's our first, but the movie is so good because we don't really know any of this shit yet, right? We don't know there's a cult or anything. So it just sounds like, oh, this is what she's worried about. She's worried about she's going to be like her mother.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Annie, you don't have to worry. It's not quite what you think yet. But yeah, I love this. And this is why this movie is so beautiful upon a second watch, because you start clicking some of these things like, oh shit, no, this is just a failed attempt at a first ritual. Fun.
Went right over my head though.
Yeah.
I really like
it. Did the first time for me too.
Did we talk about the part when Annie's on the phone with saying that we talked about she's got 6 months, right? But then they said they wanted a picture of what she's got so far.
Yeah.
And she makes a miniature display of her miniature displays.
Yeah.
It's like,
what?
It's like, what was that movie? Was a dream within a dream within a dream?
Inception. Yes. Yeah. It's kind of, she's following, it's wild because, she doesn't really have this, there may be some like psychosis issues within her family, but it's like, is the cult shit just making her go further and further into it from all the stress and not talking about how she actually feels? Or is it just like, I don't know, this is a way of coping with her issues? Because like when she's looking up apparitions, she literally starts painting a laptop with like the apparitions paper.
Oh, yeah,
like cage. And it's like, what are you doing? You're just creating things now.
That's awesome.
Like you should just finish this thing. It seems pretty big and nice. Like I think you've done it. But anyways, to continue, Charlie. No, you're fine. No, don't apologize. This is the whole point of us talking. So Charlie sees a strange light in her bedroom. Paimon. So, yeah, and it's just because you see kind of like, it's almost like a lens flare, and then all of a sudden it covers the whole thing, and then she's like, wait, what just happened? And then you see like the little light shining on the wall, and it goes to the window. It's like, go outside.
Like a shiny in a video game, telling you which way to go.
Right? But it's just so great because, that's the first time you're kind of seeing something like, oh, there's like ghost shit. Or like, oh, something's like in control here.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
there's something smart.
Trying to lead her. And
trying to do something for these people. And it's just a great first way of being like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen anymore. Because you think this is going to be a ghost story about grief. And then it becomes, nope, something weird. There's a little bit extra to this all of a sudden. And it's fun. I love when, just because this one little thing opens up the entire movie to like, possibilities are endless now. Which you could say that's what the mother thing is in the corner, but, it could just be a ghost story, right? But instead, it's a demon story.
Yeah, I've had like really crazy dreams about people who had just died, and then I never have them again. So it's just that grief, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like that subconscious of like, you need to feel this, so I'm going to make you think about it and through a dream.
Your brain is not your friend.
Yeah. It's like, oh, do you think you're going to have a good day tomorrow? Go to sleep and see what happens. So gallery owner Sylvia Archer contacts Annie about the progress of her works, which include a piece featuring Ellen. They want a picture. Peter asks his mother if he can go to a party where he hopes to see Bridget, the girl that he's staring at a classmate he is interested in. Annie asks Peter if he invited his sister to go with him since he claimed it was a party related to their school. She seems very combative towards her son for no reason. Really doesn't seem to like him. So I think Ari Aster has some feelings about his mother.
You think so?
Watch Beau is Afraid.
Okay.
Definitely something about his mother in his past. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just like, he just knows that that's a thing that kids go through in their lives. Like, relationships with the parents. And it's usually sad as it is. We always blame our mother for everything, right?
Nah.
But yeah, because I feel like, especially in this movie, it's like the mother, like Annie just is always so rude to Peter. And it's to the point where I'm like, Ari, you got something to work out with your mother in these movies?
You're a family therapist.
Right? Yeah. I put that later in my notes. Like, family therapy, guys. It's all you need to do. Yeah, so, yeah, she just doesn't really seem to like him that much. Definitely, we'll figure out a little reasons later. But so, Charlie experiences a vision of her grandmother surrounded by fire. Charlie makes her clucking noise when she is shaken out of her trance. Charlie tells Annie that she wants Lee. Annie forces Peter to take Charlie with him to the party, even though she doesn't want to go. It's like, do you think she just wants them gone? Just like, give me a night. I got to work on this project, right?
I think maybe, or maybe she just wants, because Charlie's pretty strange. She probably don't have a lot of friends. So maybe she's worried about her having friends.
I don't know. A part of me is just like, it really just feels like she doesn't want any kids in her house. She's just like, she ignores them almost. And like,
this Peter is so much older. Like, those kids are going to be his age.
Yeah, right. And there's just like this whole thing where it just seems like anytime she's talking to any of the kids, it's always just like, ugh, stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing this. Which, I mean, maybe that is being a parent.
She kind of flipped out on Charlie for going outside without shoes.
And which both times that I watched it, but today when I was doing my notes for it, I was like, it must be really cold where they're at. They're in Utah.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming it's freezing. But I was like,
she's all right.
She ain't gonna fucking die for being outside for 5 minutes. Jeez, I've been outside tons of times without my shoes in the cold weather.
Helicopter parent much?
Yeah. So here we go. Ready? As they're getting ready for the party, we see the pole in broad daylight.
Yeah.
There's a symbol of the mother's necklace.
Oh shit!
On the pole, it's the symbol of Paimon.
Nice.
Paimon. Say it again for me.
Paimon.
Paimon. I keep wanting to make it a Pokemon. Paimon. So they arrive at the party, Charlie and Peter. We see an atom bomb of nuts being chopped up. They like cut students this like enormous fucking pile of nuts, and I'm like, turning to Natalie, I'm like, damn, they got an atomic bomb for Charlie.
She shouldn't even be in that room.
Yeah, she's probably already like just walking in. Peter blows off Charlie so he can smoke weed with Bridget and their friends. Is a great awkward like, oh, is it a good party? And he's like, why do you want to come? He's like, I was thinking about it. It's kind of a little charming and awkward at the same time.
Thought it was funny whenever he's trying to get her alone, and then she's like, yeah, let's go to the back room with the bong.
Yeah, and there's two other people.
Hey guys,
he's got weed. It's so great. And he tells his sister, he's like trying to get rid of her. And it's like, hey, look, there's cake. Go get some cake. I just want to smoke with this hot girl. That's all he's trying to do, right? And then like, so Charlie goes to eat the chocolate cake containing a substance to which she's allergic to. Nuts.
All the nuts. Thousands of nuts.
Charlie begins choking as she experiences an anaphylactic reaction. She waits too long to tell Peter though. And then like.
She does try to call him twice while he's in the room.
Well, that was mom. That was mom, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It said mom on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe. I thought it was her.
I think it was like probably calling to be like, hey, y'all okay?
Make sure your sister's not eating anything.
We're going to
crazy.
Bed. Why she didn't have her little EpiPen? No idea why they didn't force her to bring it.
Should have it always.
Again, Annie is not the best mom in this movie.
Well, they also say that like they say earlier that they don't have an EpiPen. Like, they haven't replaced it.
They went to the funeral and she's eating a chocolate bar and the dad comes up and is like, does it have nuts on it? And then Annie's like, does it have nuts? We didn't bring the EpiPen. It's like they're constantly not prepared to take care of these children.
Yes.
Right? But yeah, and so while Charlie's going through it in the kitchen or whatever, Bridget starts talking about the sister, Charlie, and she's like, "Hey, your sister's weird. She drew pictures of me and she made me look mentally challenged." He's like, that's Charlie for you. That's what she does. And then the mom calls, and then Bridget gives a weird look to Peter. I think Bridget might be in the cult.
Hell yeah.
Because there's also this weird look that she gives him, like in the classroom when he gets in trouble. It looks like it could be one of those looks like, "Hey, you got caught" or whatever, but it's her facial expression's weird, right?
It is kind of strange.
Because he was just on her phone, and she didn't catch him looking at her butt. So I was like, "There's this weird thing with it." She does have a necklace on. I couldn't really tell what it was.
I thought it was kind of I thought you were smarter than that, because she gave like a really good answer to the question. And then he's just like, "What?"
Yeah, he's like, because he's on his phone. But I don't know. There's this look that he gives Peter when he's looking at the phone. And it's just like this weird stare into his eyes, like soul almost. So I'm like,
"Gonna get you."
And as we'll figure out, everything has been planned for this family's demise. And I'm like, well, so there's the little sigil on the pole that her head's going to get hit on. He had to have a reason to come to this party. He gets a text saying, "Bring your dick to this party," because potential for having sex with Bridget, I would assume.
Yeah.
So I would assume that Bridget is a part of this.
And she's the one chopping well, no, she wasn't the one chopping.
No, but she is sitting alone talking to no one on a couch, perfectly visible to the entrance of when they walk in. It feels like a setup.
Yes.
Like this whole party feels like a weird setup. Yeah. So I'm like, how many people are, and a lot of flannel at this party? I don't know. Like all the people in the room are wearing flannel.
It's probably very
Or the two girls are in the room. So it seems like maybe this is a cult thing, like set up by a cult. Weird to have that many nuts, man. That's a weird pile of nuts to have in the house, right? Just chopping it up at a high school party
to make a cake for everyone.
Did you think that have you ever been to a high school party where everybody's like, "Bring all the nuts you got, I'll chop them up"? No,
that was your entrance fee for the party.
Never been to a party where there's a giant pile of nuts.
It's a trad wife party.
The only time I've been to a party where there's a ton of nuts is when there's a cult around.
And when it's a sausage party.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like this this whole scenario has been set up and planned. Yeah. That's what I wanted to say about Bridget. So, Charlie comes in and is like, "Can't breathe, dude." And so he like picks her up and so fucking, this is a crazy scene.
Buzzkill.
Peter carries his sister to his car and rushes her towards the hospital along a dark country road. Charlie sticks her head out of the window in an effort to breathe better. Peter swerves to avoid a dead animal on the road. Charlie is decapitated when her head violently hits a utility pole.
Yes.
And Peter just sits and stares in shock in his car. The first time I watched it. Well, let me go through this. Peter drives home in a calm daze. Annie comes outside when it's light outside and is horrified to find her daughter's headless body in the car's back seat. Cut to decapitated head and Annie grieving loudly and wanting to die while Peter is outside the room. This scene fucking flipped my shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because not only the stress of just hearing and seeing this like young kid, it's heartbreaking, and seeing how scared he is. He's like, shit, she shouldn't have been at this party. I shouldn't have been I shouldn't have had to supervise her. Shouldn't have been here. She's not the same age as these kids. And then she sticks her head out the window and you're like, shit, don't fall out the window. Oh, didn't know our head was going to come completely off. But then to make everything so much worse, he just keeps driving.
Yeah.
He gets out. First time I watch it, I'm like, what are you doing? Say something, do something. Then it cuts to her. You hear them downstairs like, I'm going to go do this.
That was the most stressful.
And then she starts screaming.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he starts to squeeze onto his pillow and is just like, I want to die myself right now. I'm so stressed out. It's fucking good.
Yeah. It was crazy how they captured the just being in shock.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It makes me realize I've never been in shock.
Yeah.
Well,
you might have.
Well, like a little bit when I got mugged, which I've said
I bet
before.
you were.
There's a bit of shock because I didn't know what was going on. But I mean, damn, I didn't see a decapitated head. Didn't see a head fly off. I don't know what I'd do in that. I'd probably just scream, I'd like to think, but I don't know. Maybe this would be me. Be like, maybe I get in my car and just walk till I'm somewhere different. I don't know.
It's like when I was a kid, I broke my glasses and tried to glue them together. I was really scared my parents going to find out.
God, so much
Maybe
shock.
he should have tried to,
glue her head back together. Just puts her head back on, leans her up in the seat, drives home. Mom comes out like, he's like, Mom, she loved doing this with birds. Great scene. Makes you hurt inside.
Yeah, and she's really good at when she was screaming, crying.
Yeah, which is something that they also do in Midsummer. Whenever, like the whole cult is with Danny, like, and everybody starts crying with her, and it's like,
I know, they're so supportive.
Yeah, it's a great way to, I guess, get rid of grief. Next time someone dies in my life, I'm like, just screaming, cry. So the family holds a funeral for Charlie. Steve walks through the house, and we see a word written in their bedroom, Zazas? Zazos? Z-A-Z-A-S.
Zazo!
Zazas! Zazas! It sounds like a Star Wars character. What a Star Wars character would be saying. So Peter, getting ready for bed, notices a red light coming from the treehouse. Steve then looks through Charlie's sketchbooks of drawing. Got a bird with a crown on it.
Oh yeah, the bright red light coming out is so cool.
I know.
Ominous.
I want like that. I want that, just that frame, framed on my wall. I want like a picture of that framed, just because it's so scary, but also comforting. It's weird. I just like that shot.
Yeah,
and then
really
whenever
cool.
it cuts to Peter, you see the red in his eyes from the thing. And it's like, just beautifully shot movie. Then we see the red light is Annie sleeping with heaters on. Peter at school has visions of Charlie at school. He then experiences a panic attack while smoking marijuana, but more like he's having an allergic reaction. Before biking home from school, Peter arrives at home in the dark and is hesitant to go inside because he's scared to face, I'm assuming, his mother at this point. Annie grieves alone while sitting in the car in the driveway. So, smoking marijuana and then start having a panic attack. At first, I thought it was a panic attack, but then I think maybe there's like a little bit of like the possession thing kind of happening to where, or he's just like grieving through her by having the feeling of his throat closing up, kind of like, 'cause that's the way she died.
Yeah, maybe.
It's almost kind of, because he started like being like, my throat. And it's like, oh shit. He's kind of experiencing grief through.
Yeah, it just kind of hits, when grief hits you like real hard.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
And I feel like because he's constantly thinking about, I should have been paying attention. Otherwise, she wouldn't have went in anaphylactic shock. Think he's probably, and he's getting high, so he's now maybe hallucinating that
paranoid.
His throat is closing up himself. Very smart, very fun. Don't smoke weed when you're that paranoid and scared.
I love how his friend was like, just hold my hand.
Well, no, he said that to his friends, like, let me hold your hand. And it's kind of like a sweet little moment, and the guy lets him, and it's like, aw. So there's one part in this where I kind of wish we had a little bit more with some of the students around him, because he just kind of goes back to school, and it's like, did you take any time off for school since, you knocked your sister? Maybe don't go to school.
Yeah, I take a couple days off.
I take the rest of the semester off. So Annie drives the grief support group meeting again, but decides to turn around while still in the parking lot. It is dark when she arrives. However, before Annie can leave, fellow group member Joan spots Annie and stops her to talk. After hearing about Charlie's death, Joan confides in Annie about the loss of her own child and grandson. Joan gives her a number so she can call if she needs to. Toni Collette is great in this scene.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to you. My daughter died. And then she says, yeah, my son died too, drowning with the grandson who's only 7. She's like, what the fuck?
It's like, not a competition, Joan.
Yeah, I know, but it works. The conversation works. Like Joan knew, like, oh shit, she needs someone that's experienced a similar thing.
So do you think Joan killed her kids too?
I think it's completely made up.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a real story at all. Joan's a big fat liar. As we'll come to find out later. So later, when Annie returns home, Steve makes a pass at her, like in bed, puts her arm on his shoulder. I think it's a pass.
I think he's just trying to comfort her. Like,
I don't. The more I've rewatched it, the more I think he's wanting some intimacy back. But
possibly,
because I don't know how much time has passed at this point. But Annie rebuffs him because as soon as he puts his hand on her shoulder, she's like,
She kind of cringes a little bit.
yeah, she's like, ugh, don't try this now. And it's like, hey, man, I don't know if you ever get to have sex anymore after what's happened to Charlie, right?
Nope.
And she saw that. I think you got to wait a couple years before you have sex again at that point. Go to therapy, maybe. I don't know. Annie sleeps in the treehouse. Peter hears Charlie's clucking noise and sees what he thinks is a vision of his dead sister in his room, but it appears to just be his own hoodie in the corner.
Yeah, I thought it was her too.
Yeah, I was like, is she like slouched over and that's the back of her hair? And it's like, oh, I think it's just a hoodie. So Annie visits Joan at Joan's apartment. Annie tells Joan about a sleepwalking incident in which she doused Peter and Charlie and herself from head to toe in paint thinner before waking up to find herself preparing to light a match. From her body language, Annie implies that the matches were in her left hand and a can of paint thinner in her right. Annie explains that her relationship with her children were never the same afterwards. So I think this is subconsciously trying to save the family for what's about to happen at a younger age, right?
I thought about that.
Killing them would not allow the pain that they're about to go through and, the possession of both her kids, essentially.
Yeah, and maybe that's what happened to Joan's kids if she wasn't lying.
Yeah, because they felt like they knew what was going on, so they decided to kill themselves.
Maybe. Yeah. Or she's a big fat liar.
Damn it. All these liars. So, but yeah, another great scene. Toni Collette just delivers monologues like she's just been fucking doing it since she came out the womb. It's like she's a professional actress here. She's so good at just making you hurt, man. It's great. Yeah. She does the same thing in The Sixth Sense. Yeah. Like every time she talks, you're like, oh, it hurts to hear the things you have gone through. I don't know, but I love this whole scene about the sleepwalking. Because at first I was like, damn, she got some problems. And now I'm like, actually, it'd probably been better if they just all burned right then and there. Which Paimon uses to that information a little bit later, though. So,
oh, nice.
Steve finds Annie constructing a disturbing diorama of the scene where Charlie died. Steve is worried if Peter sees this. I don't know. Think about your fucking son, Peter. Probably doesn't want to see something he did like this again. Annie doesn't care, though, and Steve is getting frustrated at how distant Annie is and her strange behavior. So, if Peter walked in and be like, cool, Mom. Obviously, I'm totally fine, and this isn't something that I'm dealing with. But yeah, let's just make it a part of your collection here. But also, maybe a way of her fighting through her grief.
I think that's what I thought, too, because she did feel better after making it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Seems kind of.
Maybe she's just sinking deep
I think
down.
Maybe all the discussions with Joan, it's like, oh, this is making me feel better. Maybe let's do a little bit more of this, right?
Yeah, a little artistic expression. Yeah.
Maybe just don't make it as bloody as it was then, though. It
was pretty rad.
Yeah, pretty great. Pretty. Hey, Annie, if you're gonna sell that, maybe.
That would be badass.
Yeah,
and like all of these, like with her ghost mom in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like her son beheaded on the bed. Like
I'd love a miniature of this house. Or at least even just a miniature of the outside, and with the treehouse would be dope to have in the house.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking great exhibit.
Yeah. So Steve, Annie, and Peter have an awkward dinner. Peter compliments the food, and Annie makes a comment under her breath. Peter asks if anything is on her mind. Annie goes the fuck off because of years of holding in her anger at her son, Peter. She blames her son for Charlie's death, and she's mad that he hasn't said I'm sorry because she was thinking, man, I wish something good could have at least come from this, that we all would have been closer as a family instead of being driving them apart even more. And then, because it's great because, Peter's like, do you have anything you want to say, Mom? And then she immediately is like, what the fuck did you say to me? He's like, just say it. It's like, I've been trying to tell you, but you always sneer at me. He's like, I don't fucking sneer. What are you talking about? I'm a teenager, mother. Help me out here. God, you tried to burn me alive at one point. Yeah. What do you want me to do here? And then she's like, I'll do it. And then he like kind of cusses at her. It's like, don't cuss at your mother. And it's like, I get you're mad, but this isn't going to help. And then, goes off. It's like, family, we could have been sorry. And then she sits down, and Peter's just like, he went from being mad at his mom to like scared to then being like, oh yeah? Why did she fucking have to go, Mom?
Yeah.
She didn't want to go.
It's your fault.
I didn't want her to go. You just didn't want her around for a night. And look what happened. You didn't want to be the adult. And take care of your daughter. I had to be. But he also lied about it not being like a party with drugs and alcohol
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
should
like that.
just say it.
But hey, your daughter is younger than your son.
Yeah,
And you know,
by a large margin.
he obviously just wants to go and talk to girls. Don't bring the little sister, you know? But yeah. And then the father's like, everybody got to stop. Okay. And then she walks off because she's pissed. And then I put in my notes, therapy. Go to therapy.
Little
as
bird,
a family.
little birdie calling.
Cheep, cheep. Therapy. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Longlegs walks in. Guys, y'all got a problem here. Even the devil's
Let's talk
getting
about our feelings.
the devil's getting stressed out here.
I put my long legs on for this.
Mommy! Daddy! So Annie runs into Joan at an art supply store. Joan excitedly explains to Annie that she attended an open seance that changed her skepticism about psychics. Joan tells Annie that a medium was able to conjure her dead grandson Louis and taught Joan how to conduct a seance as well. And if you notice in the back in her car, Joan has a chalkboard in the trunk that is unopened.
Oh, because so it is a huge lie.
Yeah, it's
Damn
all a lie.
Damn it to
Because
hell.
she was preparing to bring all this stuff there to be like, yeah, and I had this chalkboard at home that I used. Like, no, chalkboard's in the back seat.
Damn it.
That's why it's perfectly framed.
I
Because
didn't
Ari
see
Aster is a goddamn genius. Also, what I love about this is, once you learn Joan is part of this cult, if you notice like her body language towards Annie is she never is allowing her to walk away or
Yes,
leave. She's
yeah,
constantly
I did.
grabbing her
Yeah.
during the scene. And it's kind of the
Like-
same way in the car where she won't stop grabbing onto the car. She won't let the car go. She just keeps holding onto it. Same way in this. Every time Annie kind of moves a little bit, she like pulls her back, which is just a nightmare.
Oh man.
Because people do that at work where they like to talk real close and then I kind of move and they get
I know,
closer. And I'm like,
God.
and we know who we're talking about. We both know who we're talking about. And if they're listening, they'd be like, I wonder who they're talking about.
Or I'll have like my earbud in one ear, so I'll
Mhm.
turn my open ear
And they turn to the
towards
other
it.
ear.
Yeah, and they keep going. I'm like, we just turn in circles.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. It's just but a lot of those people that do that do not have a sense of boundaries. And it's something we talk about, their lack of sense of boundaries.
Yes.
So yeah, then Joan invites Annie over to witness a seance firsthand. Joan seemingly makes contact with Louis, who uses a glass and a chalkboard to communicate. Joan assures Annie that she can conduct a similar conjuring herself by using a personal item from the deceased, reciting a cryptic incantation, and making sure that her entire family is in the house during the summoning. Annie hears a clucking sound while driving home afterwards and freaks out. Great scene. So fun. So a little bit spoopy.
It's very spooky.
Especially when like the wind blows in her face, because that's either, I'm assuming that's the demon just going,
It's the devil.
just blowing in her face. And like the slight movement of the glass and the chalk. And it's like, it's so perfect. That's so cool. And it's even better that it was practical effects.
Yeah,
It wasn't
really cool.
fucking fake. So great. And it's obviously Paimon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Doing it. It's no Luis or anything, because
He's pretending
as we
to be
learned,
her
Joan
grandson.
is a big fat liar. So Annie wakes that night to find a swarm of ants leading to Peter's dead body. Fun. Annie wakes from a sleepwalking trance over her son's bed, prompting a conversation with Peter. Peter asks why Annie is seemingly scared of him. Annie involuntarily confesses that she never wanted to be Peter's mother. Immediately grasped her face, and it's like, when that happened, I was like,
Shit.
well, I don't know what the next morning's going to look like, but then we'll figure out. And tried to have a miscarriage. Her mother pressured her into having a kid. Annie suddenly wakes to discover she was experiencing a vision within a vision.
Yeah, that was cool.
But it's like happens once because they're like yelling at each other, and then you see Peter's soaking wet, and then
Yes.
we're like, Annie's soaking wet, and then the flames come up, and then she wakes up, and it's great.
Yeah.
And the scared face Annie has, where she's like, it's so funny. It's kind of comical,
It is a little
but it's
bit.
also scary.
Yeah.
There's she does another face whenever her husband catches on fire, but the funniest part of this movie is Peter in the basement yeeting himself out a window. Because it's just like, you see
You
the
mean the
cultist and you're like,
attic?
I'm out of here. Yeah, we'll get there though. So Annie recites Joan's incantation with Charlie's sketchbook while Steve and Peter are asleep. Claiming she summoned Charlie, Annie excitedly wakes her husband and son for another seance. She starts the seance after much convincing. Because Steve's like, what are we doing?
Wake up in the middle of the night. We're talking to ghosts.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you could have maybe just waited till they woke up in the morning, acted less hysterical.
But that
and
wouldn't be as spooky.
Yeah. And she was just really
She was
excited.
excited.
She's excited.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, we can talk to Charlie. And it's just like, are you sure you want to do that?
Poor Steve.
Yeah. So she starts the seance after much convincing. The glass moves, but it doesn't seem to move as nicely and as slightly as it did at Joan's. Annie tries to get Charlie to write in her sketchbook, but it doesn't do it. And then like a cabinet glass breaks and the candle like blasts up.
Yeah.
Steve's like, looks under the table like, what the
God
hell?
damn.
I don't know how to explain this. Okay. And then this is also where we get Peter's being like, it feels like the air is constricting around us and stuff like that. And he's getting like super scared.
Yeah.
He's becoming childlike scared almost.
He's crying. She's like, fucking stop.
He's also the one that convinced Steve to do the thing. And I think he was doing it for his mother.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
It seemed like Peter's like, let her do this. She obviously needs this. And it's like, Annie.
Oh, shit, it's real.
He loves you. Like he's wanting to help you cope with shit. Then the cabinet breaks and then Charlie seemingly becomes possessed by Annie.
That was cool. You
Or
kind of see
Annie
it.
becomes possessed by Charlie because he's like, and as Steve's standing up from looking underneath the table, and it's like, good. This movie good.
You okay?
Yeah, and
Annie?
then she starts talking like out of Charlie's voice starts coming out of her, it seems. And then she almost like seems like she's like, why is everybody so scared? What's going on? Why is everybody angry and scared? And then Steve snaps Annie out by throwing water in her face. And she's like, why'd you do that? Hey, why am I wet?
Such a bitch.
And then he's got Peter like, ugh! It's just like, okay, what is happening to my life? Peter, stay with your friends.
Yeah. Time to go.
I just be like,
Stay with a friend.
hey man, can I just stay at your house for a month, please? Then we see more words written on the wall. Liftoch Pandemonium? Pandemon?
Mhm.
Something like that. Yeah. Fun scene.
You think this is the incantation that she gave her?
I think
Or just
so.
more
I think
spooky
some of these are the words for the incantation.
They are some of the spookiest
Or maybe
words.
it just it's like taking down barriers to hell.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's knocking the
Nice.
walls out, kind of like they
Like
have
the
to do in the
13
film
ghosts?
sets. Yeah,
Like how they have it written all over everything.
yeah. That's what I kind of think it is. Except it's instead of keeping the evil out, it's helping them draw them in.
Nice.
Yeah. So during school, because you just have to keep going to school apparently in this universe. I'd be like,
He looks like shit.
I quit school, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm not going. I'm gonna tell you I'm going, but I'm just gonna drive. I'm just
Yeah.
not going.
I'm going to do drugs instead.
This is where Peter finally sees the same strange light that Charlie previously saw in her bedroom, just kind of on the ground. Peter notices that his reflection looks back at him with a different expression.
He's happy. Oh.
King Paimon is free. He's allowed to do whatever he wants now because they said the incantation.
Yeah.
He's free to enter whoever and do whatever he
And
wants.
I love when his hand shoots up in the air. He kind of looks like he just got sassy for a
Yeah, it's
second.
like, hey, I'm from hell. You want to? My dad's Satan. Steve admonishes Annie for Peter becoming convinced that a vengeful spirit is threatening him. Annie trashes her studio in frustration when she accidentally breaks a tiny model chair after another voicemail from her gallery pressure her about providing new pieces. That night, Steve takes a lot of sleeping pills and sleeps on the couch. I love it. The voicemail. Hey, yeah, we're just calling because we're so worried about you and your family and all the things you've gone to. Anyway, so are you like ready for this thing?
Well, he also said like we can push it back. No problem.
He does not care at all about her emotions or feelings. It was just like, we can push back, but hey, we need evidence that you're doing something. Because is this that way of toning of like, I'm being fake, like
Sympathy.
supportive, but actually, bitch need to get her stuff done.
We got a deadline.
Yeah. So Charlie's spirit supernaturally draws in her old sketchbook. Peter sees a vision of his dead sister in the corner, and her head falls off, turning into like a bouncy ball on the floor. Before being choked in his bed, Peter accuses his mother of sleepwalking and attacking him again because, like, the door closes because the dog's barking, and
It's a cute dog.
And then like it cuts, we just hear Annie screaming and she's in there. It's like, what is wrong with you? He's like, you're trying to choke me.
Crazy.
And like Annie's like, no. Don't tell your dad that this happened. Okay. I was not this time. I know I wasn't doing it. Okay. So please don't tell Steve what happened. Annie goes on to explain that something supernatural is happening in the house and she is the only one who can stop it. The window above Peter's bed has the mark that looks similar to the one in Charlie's classroom when struck by the bird.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Paimon.
Yeah, baby.
Man,
It's everywhere.
I need glasses.
Also, when we rewatched Longlegs yesterday, I found all this hidden Satans.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's so wild how obvious they are as soon as your brain is able to figure it out in the shape of the darkness.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So good.
Well,
There's some that are so obvious it's insane that I, after like twice watching it, didn't see it.
We will get to it in a second. It took me. I missed the time of whenever she's up in the corner.
Really?
I had to rewind it. I was like, "Fuck," because Ashley's like, "Did you see it?" I was like, "See what?" I was like, I had to rewind it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I love that. And it seems like we're doing a lot of movies right now that has like hidden stuff in the background. Like
I think it's really cool.
From The Ritual, House of the Devil, Long Legs, and now this.
It's so easy to miss the thing if you're because your focus is centered on something in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's just like right off center.
And it goes
it's so easy for me to miss.
And it goes to show that like how well they're drawing you in through these characters because you're so focused on like what is happening in these characters' lives. It's hard to look outside their frame, like them that's in the center. Yeah, so realizing that the spirit she summoned is not a good spirit, Annie throws Charlie's sketchbook into the fireplace. Annie's arm mirrors the burning book by also catching fire, forcing Annie to rescue the book. Hell yeah. And then fucking Steve said, you know what? I'm taking all the sleeping pills, one night of rest. I just want one good night, and thank goodness he did, because it's his last good rest he'll have. Annie returns to Joan for help. And it's great because Peter wakes up the next day and he kind of gets on the very far side of the hallway to walk past his mom's room because he's like, my mom is crazy.
She's nuts.
Don't come home, Peter. Please, for the love of God, do not come home. And then camera, you get a visual of Annie in the bedroom just like waiting for him to leave so she can run out the door next. Because he goes to Joan's for help, but no one's there and she does not go inside Joan's residence. The camera shows us Joan's place is decked out in witchcraft paraphernalia, including a photo of Peter inside a ceremonial triangle like we saw in Lee's room, Charlie's little sculptures and figurines that she made, and then also the symbol of Paimon, kind of, like in like almost like a little treehouse.
Yeah, that was neat.
Like birdhouse looking thing.
I can't remember what those are called.
And then Annie recognizes a symbol on a little doormat, because earlier she said, my mother had made doormats just like this.
My mom definitely made this.
Yeah, and she's like, I should go back and investigate my mom's stuff,
Yeah, it's wild that this is the first time you go through it.
Yeah, and then we cut to Peter just eating lunch outside, and old Joan comes out. It's like, Peter, I expel you. Peter's like, anybody else?
Yeah, no, no one else heard it.
Nobody else hearing this?
It's crazy. Like, that must happen a lot.
I guess
she's always there screaming shit. Like,
I mean, who knows? Maybe like all these cult members just been sitting outside this school for like 10 years or something. Just like, hi, you, just yelling at these kids. But yeah, he's like expelling them. It's from a distance behind a fence. She yells to Peter to get out. And he just keeps looking around like nobody's noticing. But then like in the movie, there's kind of, when he says, Peter, get out, he kind of shoots and looks to the left and like nobody's there. But it almost kind of has that same feeling to when the possession happens to Annie and how Peter says like the air is constricting. It almost is kind of that feeling that he had. It's really great. And then Peter's like, well, I guess I better go to class.
Doesn't he start following the pulsing light around the
school? Yeah, this all kind of happens at the same time through a couple of scenes. Okay. But then Annie learns that the symbol is associated with the demon Paimon, one of the kings of hell. Annie also finds photos of Joan with Ellen, revealing that Joan and Annie's mother were in the same coven devoted to gaining riches by conjuring Paimon in the male body. We see Lee being dosed with gold in a wedding dress, making her marriage to Paimon. She is queen. I also have one more picture that I have to read. So, when successfully invoked, King Paimon will possess the most vulnerable host. Only when the ritual is complete will King Paimon be locked into his ordained host. Once locked in, a new ritual is required to unlock the possession. Yeah. And essentially, it needs a male body. So, and then in that book, it continues to read that so the face of Paimon is not really said to be male or female. It just prefers to be in a male body.
Oh.
Because, back in the day, nobody liked women. When they're writing all these books and shit, they're all like, women suck, dude. So there's always just like, yeah, women can't have any power or any control. Everything's got to be happening with a man's body because it's the only thing that matters.
Plus, if it was in like an adult woman, they'd be like, "Oh, she's on her period."
Yeah, yeah. It's like
she's trying to take over the world.
She's already got too many demons in her. But
she's got hysteria.
It said, like later in that book, it also says that, like when it is put into a female's body, it becomes angry. It doesn't like to be possessed. It doesn't like to possess a female. It just becomes very vengeful
Seems
and
like it's
angry.
Already kind of that
which
way.
is what it's doing to them because it possessed Charlie and it's possessed onto her soul, which is why it's able to move around and why whenever Paimon does come up, it's in the form of like Charlie's and things like that because it's possessed onto her.
That's cool.
And so when Charlie goes into Annie, it's Charlie and Paimon into Annie and then comes out.
Damn.
Yeah. So fun. So Peter continues to walk through school following the light of Paimon. We see a man motioning Peter through a door while Steve gets emails about Ellen Lee's grave being dug up. Annie discovers Ellen's headless corpse in her house attic. Above is a symbol of Paimon. Fun. Just like undoes a thing. Tons of flies.
Charlie's corpse.
Oh no, it's the mother's.
Okay.
Yeah. And at the same time, Peter is in class and starts to hearing Charlie's click. Then his hand contours up and he looks like he's having a stroke essentially. Yes. And then he starts slamming his head on the desk and wakes up screaming. A24 just like, this is the movie that I remember started the character smashes head on desk.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Doesn't Long Legs, Talk to Me, this movie, and a couple other movies that I can't remember what they're in.
Do you think even if you tried that you could smash your face into something hard enough?
I could do it once.
To like hurt your nose?
Couldn't do it twice.
Yeah.
I do it once. Ow!
I mean, I think I would like resist myself. Like, because you can't bite off your own finger.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you probably could.
If you really wanted to. You have to be desperate though, right? It's like in Long Legs, he was desperate to kill himself. He's like, I did everything I can do. I don't want to stay in a jail though. Yeah. So at the yeah, it's great. Also when he wakes up screaming and you see Bridget like looking at him kind of like terrified, and that's where I'm like, mate, maybe she's not in it, or maybe she was a part of it and she's like, oh, actually kind of liked him and this cult's kind of creepy now. I don't know. I don't trust Bridget. So Annie stands in the pouring rain below the treehouse with Ellen's scrapbook, and we see that Peter's room behind her in the real house does not exist.
Damn.
I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
Yeah, I noticed it this third time. Because I paused it and I was just trying to see if there's anybody in the windows or something. Because, I know that there's people sometimes hidden throughout the movie. And then I also paused it earlier when it was on her model of the house. And so when you see the house, there's a section added on in the model where it's like kind of on stilts, and that's where Peter's room is. And when you cut outside, there is no Peter's room.
Damn.
So it's like,
that's cool.
Does that mean anything? Or is it just one of those things where it's like, Ari Aster's like, all right, this is the house we have. We're just going to trip people out. And it gives you that kind of Shining idea where it's like, nothing makes sense. This house doesn't make sense.
And and it doesn't really, you don't even have to notice it for it to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just like, there's something wrong here. And then so Steve brings Peter home and he approaches the car and is dry with no sign of a downpour, even though she was just soaking wet a few minutes ago.
I didn't notice that either.
Annie tells Steve that Ellen's corpse is in the attic, but it is now decapitated. Annie also shows Steve the photographs where Joan and Ellen are wearing the seal of Paimon. Annie explains that their family became cursed when she tried contacting Charlie. Annie also explains the connection of Charlie's sketchbook adding that Steve needs to destroy it in order to save Peter. Peter sleeps in his room in the background and is not wakened by the conversation.
Love how Steve's like, we should call the police.
Why didn't you call the police?
Yeah. She could have been telling all of this to the police.
Yeah, it's like, this is fucked up, dude.
Great investigation. No, let's call someone.
Steve is like, all right, dude. And he's like, and he gets the book in his hand and he's walking towards the fireplace and he's like, doesn't believe her anymore. Like her wild claims. Steve accuses Annie of digging up Ellen's grave because when going to the movies, and she's obviously been lying about that. When Steve refuses to burn the sketchbook, Annie throws it back into the fire, even though she presumes doing so will kill her. Instead, Steve spontaneously combusts. Annie is horrified, and then we see the light, and her face changes.
It was kind of because right before she threw it in the fire, it's almost like she knew that he was gonna die from putting it in the fire.
Well, she thought she was gonna burn. She thought the sketchbook was connected to her because she read the cantation. What she doesn't know is that she's catching on fire because of Paimon.
Yeah.
She's not catching on fire because there's a connection between this book. Paimon can do whatever he wants. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to weaken the family so that he can possess Peter. So everything is just slowly weakening, like Peter's mental health, physical health, psychosis. Everything. By the time you see Peter at the end, it's just like, damn, dude been through a war.
He needs to take a nap. He looks terrible.
But I just remember like when she threw it in, I was like, damn, she's going to die. And then I was like, oh, fuck.
Shit.
And then the light,
poor Steve.
And then she's got like a horrified crying face. And then the light flashes and then she's like, And now she's possessed by Paimon. So then outside the house, it turns from daytime or nighttime or outside the house, it goes from day to night. And there's a bunch of naked people outside. Party. And then we cut to Peter's room. I just love the fucking switch to nighttime. It's so good. And there's like naked people. Yay! Orgy incoming. With his possessed mother hovering in the corner above his head, Peter gets up to search the house. We see the treehouse lit up and his mom scurrying out of the room. It's so good. It's like a little spider almost. When Peter leaves his room, the ladder to the attic is withdrawn and not there because last time we saw it, it was down. Peter finds his father's charred corpse while his mother is hovering on the ceiling again, just as she do. Peter turns away from his father's corpse and we see a naked, smiling man from the funeral that we earlier saw.
Yeah, and he doesn't do anything.
He doesn't say, he just smiles.
It's like, all right.
It's like that episode. What's the episode? I didn't really watch How I Met Your Mother, but I just remember one episode where, what's his name?
I don't know.
He was a child actor. He's in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
And he talks about like, Harris. Yeah, he's like, just go to the girl's house, and then when she comes back in the living room, just be naked. It's like that guy really took it. He really liked that episode of How I Met Your Mother. Took too long to make the joke. Sorry. Then the mother disappears from one corner of the room and runs from a different corner because, like, look up. It's like, oh, she's not there. And then it shows the other, and you're like, wait, is that her? And then she's like,
you see her flip.
And he chases Peter to the attic. The ladder to the attic is now down when it just wasn't a second ago. And he jumps up and furiously pounds her head on the attic
That was awesome.
door after Peter climbs the ladder and retracts it into the upstairs ceiling while the mother is pounding her head. Peter desperately yells that he is sorry and begins to call her mommy like a child. Peter is completely lost and weak now.
Yeah, some fucked up shit happening to Peter.
Yeah, and look, the mother.
That was great.
Creepy.
Because Ashley she looked away. She was on a phone call and she looked back. She goes, "Is she possessed or something?"
Like,
and then she's like, "Wham, wham, wham." It's like, I think so.
This is a new therapy. They decided not to do conventional, obviously. Now they're trying to kill each other.
They have a bolt lock to the stairs in the attic, like just in case you need to lock yourself in the attic.
And I think it was because they thought like the mom was crazy. So they're like, this is somewhere the kids can go if she has
our last bastion.
A breakdown, yeah. And in deleted scenes, it's shown that Peter actually has like a deadbolt lock in his own room that he locks because he's scared of his mother.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Apparently this movie, there's a 3-hour cut and it's just a lot of family dialogue was cut out of it. kind of glad because I don't think I could handle any more family drama. So,
Yep.
Peter, in the attic, Peter finds flies, candles, and a photo of his face with eyes punched out. Ellen's body is gone. Annie suddenly hovers above Peter before severing her own head with piano wires.
Yes.
Confronted by this horror and 3 undressed devil worshippers, Peter jumps out the window. So funny. It's wildly comic. It's the way the music is because you got her and she's just like, and it's scary and it's still scary. And then all of a sudden, like, he hears a noise, he looks over and the music kind of cuts out, but it feels kind of comical. And then they're just like, hey, we're naked. And then he's like, fuck it. Yeet. And so Peter's head hits the ground below, which seemingly knocks him out. Peter rises after the oddly glowing light seen previously hovers around his body and then dissipates into him. Now, Peter/Charlie/Paimon follows his mother's headless corpse as it floats into the treehouse.
That was
that
was awesome.
So good.
I'd love to know how they made that look so good.
I don't know.
The body floating.
It's either a dummy or this was like this. He didn't completely not use CGI. He tried to not do it any time he couldn't. I mean, this could have been, but it looks so realistic.
It's fucking cool.
Could have been miniatures. Who knows, right? Oh man, the floating corpse and it's like a UFO getting sucked in by a UFO. So here we go. An assembly of mostly evil devil worshippers in various states of undress greets Peter inside the treehouse. There is one woman with long hair and a bathrobe. Charlie's decapitated head sits atop a statue of Paimon. Peter looks around with a dazed, flat expression, and we're shown Annie and Ellen's headless bodies lie bowing on the floor in front of the statue. Joan's voice calls Peter Charlie as a woman crowns him, but welcomes Peter as Paimon while the coven hails the demon's arrival. The story ends with a shot of a modeled treehouse filled with dolls that look like Peter, the coven, and the headless Annie and Ellen. The end.
Yeah.
Oh, we also see like a pic. I don't know if I said this. There's a picture that says Queen Lee.
Yeah, I did see that.
And that's like, when we saw earlier a picture of her in a wedding dress and
so he married his grandma. That's so sweet.
Technically, yeah, he's kind of married to his dead grandma. Yeah.
Hey, at least he's not going to talk him to death. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Dang, Toots, you talk so much, I had to cut your head off. But yeah, so I feel like everything kind of came together in the explanation of the plot about what the coven was doing and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Pretty great.
There needs to be a spin-off series, Teen Demon.
Yeah.
Like
you can call it Peter/Charlie/Paimon and their adventures.
It's like the adventures of Teen Just and Teen Paimon.
All I need is $1 million and an 8-ball. Come on now.
It's Teen Just, y'all.
Teen Just. So what does it mean? It's Teen Jesus. Well, didn't expect us to be talking about that at the end of it. Anyways, movie, great. Jason, what's the point?
I think it's about what happens in what you do when you're hit with the extreme grief of losing a child.
Yeah.
Really?
Loved one, child, especially so close together, right? I mean, if you lose your parent and your child at the same time, it's like, well, and you have another kid, it's like, well, I already feel like a kid who just lost a parent, and now I got to take care of these kids, and then one of my kids die, and it's like, who do I go to?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, you're stuck in this in-between of having to be a parent, but also wanting to be sad like a child.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
It's got to be tough. Drives the parents apart, it can ruin your marriage.
Yeah. It's like, I think about it all the time, how my grandma on my dad's side, she saw so many of her kids die of cancer.
Goddamn.
And I'm just like, I mean, at least like 4 kids
That
maybe
sucks.
die, I think. Maybe it was just 3. But like, as a kid, I was sad because, my uncles are dead.
Yeah.
But now, like, as an adult, I'm like, fuck.
Having to go through that must have been crazy.
Like, what? And then, like, you kind of remember all the times where she's like, she could barely stand up because she's just exhausted from crying. And I'm like, I get this movie. But yeah, I said the point of the movie, generational pain and suffering. We pass down our demons from one generation to another, whether it be mental or other, but also there's the coping with grief and loss of loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was deep.
It's all hereditary, baby.
Alcoholism too.
Yeah, I did put that too, but I was like, man, I'm pretty sure I brought up alcoholism like 5 times in a row. But yeah, good movie, make me stressed. Also fucking metal, baby.
It was awesome. So good.
I love how it's like, what's the point of the movie? Generational pain and suffering. 5 seconds later, movie metal, baby. It good, love it. So let's discuss categories. There's the good, the bad, the ugly, the fine. It's where we discuss something good about the film, scene, acting, whatever. The bad, something we didn't like about the movie. The ugly, something that didn't age well. The fine, something that did age well. The good for me, Toni Collette and Alex Wolff, fucking good actors, man.
Yeah, they really are.
They're good in everything they do, and they'll probably always be good at acting. Also, a movie that hides things in the background.
Yeah, and it's kind of what I was thinking. Was
Love it.
My good is the set design. Just the house is beautiful, and just like the weirdness of everything. The way they, like some of the stained glass windows. Like sometimes it was obviously at nighttime, but there's still lights shining through the window.
It was so weird. It was like, it was always so, it almost seemed like there was a full moon every night.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time deciphering. Sometimes I'm like, is it morning time? Like, you know, times where she got up and was to go to the treehouse, and it's like, in the house, it looks like it's daylight.
Like twilight.
And then you go outside, it's dark. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like more of these couple times I watched it, I was like, Ari Aster's playing a trick on us.
Yeah.
In like every instance, he's trying to trick us on feeling uncomfortable about being like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's the illusion of just, God, the illusion was great. And did you notice there's like coffee? It's like I don't know if a coffee table, but it was this weird like stand thing. And it was made of like a growing tree, but it had houses inside the tree that were growing with it. And like,
is this in Charlie's room or?
No, it was just like, it's in like the foyer.
Oh, gotcha. Foyer. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because there's
just little things like that.
Sometimes there's random miniatures in areas.
It's probably something she made.
But it felt odd for them to be there. And it sometimes felt like they weren't there.
Yeah.
And then other times they were there.
Yeah, I love that. All those little details, and you know, she was building all those little dioramas. I just thought it was really great.
Yeah.
Everything went along with the story.
Yeah. And it's always fun because with things like that, because it's like, did they just actually screw up while making the movie and this didn't have good continuity? Or is it just like, is it there on purpose? But I feel like when there's movies like this that are so well crafted, it's like, it's got to be on purpose, right? It's like The Shining, when everybody's always like, oh man, the layout doesn't make any sense. Like, was it a mistake, or is he just like a master director? And it's like, have you seen his movies? I think he's a really good director and has ideas. All right. So what do you got for the bad? I put honestly nothing. The only thing I had that it might be bad is that the movie's kind of hard to fully grasp everything on first watch. You know, when you make a movie and people got to come out of it and are going to think something about it. When you make a movie where there's so much hidden context, like especially with like the horror stuff and what's happening with the cult, some people may miss that and they'd be like, I don't get what this movie is.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of that stuff goes over my head because I'm so focused on what's happening.
Yeah, the emotions of it. Like because this movie's so emotional, it's like fucking hitting you with a hammer over emotions. It's like you can't concentrate on anything else.
Well, maybe their idea is that maybe the viewer won't catch everything, but when they do catch something, it'll be really meaningful.
Yeah.
To them. So that's kind of neat.
But it's also because I think about asking people like, hey, did you like this movie? And people are like, I don't know, man. I thought it was going to be, it seemed more like a family drama and not as much of a horror movie. And it's, you know, advertised more like a horror movie. And so when you hide a lot of like the horror elements, it's like some people will come out of the movie being like, I just thought it was all right. There's too much talking or something, which is, you know, some people don't want that, right? They just want to go see a fun horror movie. So it's like, that could be the bad. Like, you know, people come out with the wrong opinion about the movie because they have to kind of do a little bit of homework almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything for the bad? Did you already answer?
Not really.
I'm talking so much.
It's fine. Nothing. I didn't really find anything that I didn't like fully enjoy. I thought it was
Solid A+ movie in
pretty
terms
solid,
of that.
yeah, pretty cohesive.
Yeah. For the ugly, I put being a parent. Man, it's gotta suck.
Yeah.
It's like it's good when it's good, but man, if it gets bad,
That
what
makes
do you
it
do?
but that makes it all the more heartbreaking whenever you
Yeah.
see things like that happen to kids.
Yeah, it's like
And it makes you angry at the parents.
yeah, it's like be nice to your kid. Their brains aren't fully developed yet. You have to be the adult. Because like while watching this, I was like, man, I wonder how Jason's taking this movie. This is gotta be very stressful for him,
It
the
was
way she's
shocking,
handling
yeah.
her relationship with her kids.
Yeah, it does kind of bring to light the things you say to your kids when you don't really mean to.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you think about being more careful.
Yeah. And there's a bit of like selfishness, I feel like, to Annie a little bit about the fact that she didn't want the kids and like she's kind of putting her frustrations and emotions forward more instead of thinking and taking a step back, being like, look, my kid been through some shit, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes when I think about like, oh, people are like, are you gonna have a kid? And I'm like, I feel like I'm too selfish to have a kid, But I mean, that could all change when if I have one,
Yeah.
So, just the stresses of being a parent doesn't age well, I guess, for me.
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Yeah. Did you have anything for the ugly? It's hard because, I mean, it's in your
It is
movie.
kind of difficult. But yeah, I'd probably say that would be like, I feel like maybe she was being a little out of touch.
Yeah.
And that sucks to see that.
Yeah.
It's just, but that's the movie. That's the movie.
That's the movie, baby. Hey, this is cinema. This is what happens. For the fine, I put Ari Aster crushing his first film. And honestly, it also could go in the ugly. It's like, man, when you make your first film a masterpiece, it's tough to keep making movies.
Maybe this isn't the masterpiece. Maybe this is just a little taste.
Yeah. It's tough because, like, this is the movie that I have the least amount of problems with of his movies. I love the other two, don't get me wrong. But in terms of, fully forming everything perfectly, this does it well. With Midsummer, they're almost kind of like two pieces together. It's all about grief and stuff in Midsummer too, and just like a weird, different cult going through it, right? And there's also relationship shit in it. And then Beau is Afraid. It's kind of the same thing a little bit too, but his movies get bigger, but also a little messier versus how I think this was smaller and is well condensed.
Yeah.
Narratively, right?
Yeah.
Beau is Afraid, you're like, I feel like I know what the movie is, but I don't know. It's 3 hours of wackiness. What do you got for a fine? Something that aged well for you.
Miniatures.
Yeah.
I always love to see miniatures. Like
Small things are cool when we're big ourselves.
And when you can use it for horror, like
I know.
Like little kid putting scary dolls in like scary situations in the dollhouse. You're like, why is a kid playing like that?
Hey,
that's weird.
Kid, you know what? You need a parent that pays attention to you more. Also, another thing that aged well is like the fact that they use miniatures in this movie and probably used it for certain areas in the movie. It's like how we used to make movies, using miniatures, and it's fun.
Making them look the same.
And it's crazy, like, because, when you watch older movies like Hitchcock films, you can be like, that's obviously a miniature car moving. And
it's like on a popsicle stick.
Yeah. And in this, you can't tell the difference between what's real and what's a miniature. And it's unnerving.
Unsettling.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, Jason, we're going to hit up our next category, and it's where we recommend a movie to go alongside this movie. I decided to go with something not horror related because, Thanksgiving's around the corner. Mm-hmm. And this next movie takes place during Thanksgiving. It's called The Ice Storm. It's actually directed by Ang Lee, who did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
cool.
Hulk, Brokeback Mountain, all good movies. And bro, it is great. It's just about kind of just a couple and their failing marriage a little bit. And, they're so wrapped up in their own personal issues that they're not paying attention to these kids, and these kids are acting strange. And then there's something horrible happens at night. One night during an ice storm. Dude, the movie's so good. The drama in it's great.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's on. It used to be on Max. It doesn't look like it's on anything now. It's a Criterion film, which I
Cool.
own. If you ever want to watch,
Nice.
we will eventually do it though.
All right.
Yeah. Because there's something about just you know, boomer drama, you know, from back in the day. It's fun because you know their experiences are different than ours, and it's fun to see that through film.
Nice.
Yeah. So what do you got for yours?
Well, The Shining.
Yeah, perfect. There's a lot of similarities between The Shining and Hereditary.
Yeah, I love seeing Jack Nicklaus just go insane.
Yeah, I know. And talk about like a slow paced movie, but is just so good.
And I worked at a hotel up in Yellowstone where they claimed that a few scenes that were shot in that hotel. I don't know if it's true, but the hotel was very spooky and it looked a lot like the hallways, especially.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know, it was very creepy walking around in there. Beautiful hotel. It was the old Faithful Inn.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's awesome. Did you experience any ghosts?
I did not.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of. I used to believe.
I used to believe in them, but I don't
There's
really.
some weird things.
There's some weird shit.
Weird things have happened, and I just like. I just want to be a ghost.
I want to high five a ghost, then I'll know it's real.
But then it's just like, man, if humans can be ghosts, I mean, dogs have to be ghosts too. And if they were ghosts, you'd be like, dude, shut up in the corner of my room.
Stepping in ghost shit
It's like,
in your
oh,
yard.
just you're whining all the time. Be like, stop. Just constantly gotta get up, let a ghost dog outside. It's like, you can go through doors. You're a ghost.
Yeah, but you need to do it.
That'd be like, the worst thing ever is if my little dog Snake was to just come back as a ghost. Be like, every time you come over 5 minutes before you get here, he starts barking. It's like, I got it when you're alive. Even though I didn't, I don't understand how you know when someone's 5 minutes down the road and you start barking. But now as a ghost, you're still doing it? Unless it's like a ghost bark, like, ooh, woof, ooh, woof, woof, woof. They'll be like, okay, now we're just going to have to, we're going to make this an Airbnb and you're going to make us money.
I think ghost cat would be worse. Just
Ghost
knocking
cat.
shit off the shelves all the time.
That's true. Because then it'd be like, well, is this a human ghost or a cat ghost? But then, like, you're laying in bed, then all of a sudden, be like this ghost. Like this ghost.
All right, you can stay.
Yeah. All right, man. That is our discussion on Hereditary. I guess we should tell them what we're doing next. It's a movie, not going to lie, no one probably has heard of that we're doing this. It's going to be our least listened to movie, unless people actually, watch it. It's called The Empty Man.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It came out 2020, like right at the start of COVID. They couldn't release it, obviously in theaters at the time.
Oh.
I have a feeling this is going to be a
sense.
movie that people are going to be like, actually, I hated this one, man. It's slow. It's has some it's a lot of similarities to Long Legs and
Cool.
Hereditary mixed together. On the trail of a missing girl, an ex-cop comes across a secretive group attempting to summon something.
Neat.
Bro, the first 20 minutes of this movie is so good. It's I mean, the whole movie's good. And there's some of my favorite visuals are in this movie. Like recent
Nice.
horror movie visuals.
I can't wait to see
Like
it.
it goes along a lot like with Long Legs and Hereditary, where it's just like you see a visual and it's like, damn, I'm gonna think about that the rest of my life.
Empty Man.
It mainly takes place at kind of like at this little cabin camp thing. The scene that I'm talking about, you'll know it.
Is it a summer camp with teenagers?
No.
Oh, and big machetes.
Nope. Oh my God. I'm just watching the trailer right now. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm going to watch it tomorrow and take notes because I'm so excited to watch it. But yeah, join us next week for The Empty Man. It has the title of like The Bye Bye Man and like Slender Man, all these shitty movies that came out with a similar title, and it's way better than those, just to let you know. Oh shit, I didn't even say the director of it. The Empty Man. It's directed by boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's fine. Let's just fucking not bring up any of the things that I need to click on to get to the director. David Pryor, who worked alongside David Fincher a lot. He did a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff in all the David Fincher movies.
Cool.
So yeah, he has similar looks to Fincher into this movie. So, which is also great. So join us next week for that. Damn it, we're done with this podcast.
Woo!
Hey, leave us, some fan mail. Link in the description at the top. You can just click it, text us, or at the bottom, we recommend mailbag@gmail.com. You can send us an email through there. Just fucking do it. All right. And also, hey, you can leave reviews and rate our podcast on whatever you're listening.
Yeah,
or you can follow and subscribe.
So far.
We got 12?
We're kicking ass.
Oh, shit. Like on Spotify or in
I don't know.
Apple? I can't really look at Apple because I have a Google phone, and Apple's like, we won't let you do it, dude. So annoying. But yeah, we got I think 12 on Spotify, and that's just the reviews. We got more listeners. So if you're listening, just simply click on some, give us 5 stars. Just fucking do it. Just kidding. I'd like to thank Joey Prosser for intro and outro music. You can follow him on X at Mr. Joey Prosser. This has been the We Recommend podcast. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
Don't lose your heads out there, guys.
Hell Paimon.